My name is Magic. I'm a Pic-Time Ambassador. I'm a wedding photographer. I have been using Pic-Time for a couple of years, actually, since 2017. I'm here joined with Lauren.
Hello, hello. Nice to meet you. Well, I know you,
Can,
Magic, but
yes. Can you say a few words about you so we get the perspective?
Yeah. So my name is Lauren, and I'm one of the senior customer support agents here at Pic-Time. I've been working at Pic-Time for over 6 years now, so I know pretty much all of the ins and outs of the system. And I'm also a photographer myself, so I also use Pic-Time for my clients and stuff too. So we're very excited for this class today and getting that sale ready to send out to all of our clients for the holidays.
Yes, that is more than perfect. So yeah, let us know when you're guys from. I'm going to be reading the chat. So I'm the one who's going to be just responsible for the chat, trying to answer your questions here on the go. So the plan for today is quite simple. We don't want to take much of your time because we know it's a busy time for every wedding photographer or portrait photographer, family photographer, like all the photographers are right now very, very busy. So we want to keep it like very short and sweet and like packed with information. So the schedule for the webinar here is that in the first couple of minutes, Lauren will give us the guide, what you need to have set up in your galleries in order to run the holiday campaigns. Then we're going to have like a 5-minute walkthrough, like 5 minutes. This is all you actually need this year to just run your successful holiday campaign. So it's going to be like quick run through, like if you just want to set it up and sell stuff, this is it. You're just going to follow what Lauren's going to tell us. And then after that 5-minute walkthrough, we're going to have like a detailed walkthrough. Like we're aiming for like 20 to 30 minutes. And this is going to be the walkthrough when you can ask the questions. I'm going to be monitoring the chat. Lauren's going to be giving us all the details, all the ins and outs of the system. I hope that sounds great. I'm excited. So Lauren, the floor is yours.
Excellent. Perfect. So I will go ahead and share my screen. Let's see if we can get it going. Perfect. Excellent. Can everybody see that? I can see it at least. So I think that's good to go.
Yes.
Perfect. So what we'll do is we'll take a quick look at your account super quickly to make sure you have some things set up to make sure you can have a successful holiday sale. So the only two things you'll need to check is your store pricing itself and your time zone settings. So for that, we will just go to our settings right here, and then we'll go to the profile tab, which is the first tab. And right over here on the right-hand side, that's where our time zone settings are. And this will just correspond with when the emails are sent to your clients. So you want to make sure it's at your correct time zone. And then the only other thing we need to check is the store pricing itself to make sure it works with the classic holiday sale. And we'll get into the details of the sale and how it looks in a bit. But basically, the Black Friday campaign has a default 30% off discount. And then the holiday campaign has a default 25% off discount. So as long as your store pricing works with those two discounts, you're pretty much good to go. So in general, I recommend looking at your store pricing once or twice a year anyways, and I usually do it right before this Black Friday sale. So I do suggest going through your store pricing and just, double checking all of the products and making sure that your profit margin with that discount will be, what you want to sell the product for. But if you don't have time to, go through all of your price lists and set up your store pricing and stuff, what you can do is you can either really quickly create a new price list or duplicate an already existing price list. So to do that, all you need to do is click Edit Price List, scroll down to, add a new price list or create or, duplicate your price list. So we'll pretend I've duplicated a price list right here. And once we've duplicated our price list, all we need to do is click this Markup and Presets button to really quickly select one of Pic-Time's pricing presets. And I suggest using the 200% one for the classic holiday sale. And then once that preset is applied, then our store pricing is pretty much good to go. Now, if you are an international photographer or if you are a photographer in general who just has any like custom products, product packages, if you sell photo downloads, or if you sell like products from sales automation apps, like digital gift cards, you'll still want to double check the prices of those types of products individually just to make sure they're all squared away. But once we get our store pricing all set up, all we need to do is click assign to galleries and really quickly assign the price list to all of our galleries if we want. And that way, it will have our preferred pricing for the classic holiday sale. And also, if you want, you can always come in and, enable like ornaments or calendars or the greeting cards for the holidays if you haven't already. I'm also pushing folios to my clients. I think those are a fun product too. So you can do all sorts of customization with the store pricing. But once you duplicate your price list really quickly and do that markup and preset, then you're pretty much good to go. So now that our store pricing is all ready to go and we've assigned it to our galleries, now we can go over to the classic holiday sale itself. So I'll give you the brief rundown of all of the sales apps in general, if you're not familiar with them. And basically all of the sales apps live in two different places. You've got your campaigns tab over here, and then your automations tab. And your automations are things like either different sales strategies, or the sales will follow the workflow or life cycle of the gallery. So for example, we've got an abandoned cart discount that will give your clients a discount after they've left items in their shopping cart for a certain period of time. The anniversary gift one is really great. This one will send out a discount to clients once a year on the date of their gallery. So it's really great for wedding photographers for anniversary. It's great also, you can, customize it to be like newborn photography or like a yearly like family photography reminder or something. And all of the sales apps, they're all pre-made and ready to go for us as photographers. So you don't really need to even worry about customizing it or anything like that. You can just really quickly add the app and, add it to your galleries. And one of the things that I really appreciate about all of the sales apps and also, the classic holiday sale specifically, is that not only are they, just giving our clients the opportunity to buy stuff from us, right? But it's also a really great place to remind your client of just how important and magical it is to print out their work, and to also give them, a reminder of a really nice present that they can give to their friends and family for the holiday too. And also, I always like to approach the sales apps from that sort of educational standpoint of teaching my clients like how magical it is to hold your photos in your hands, especially, in this digital age where we're so used to seeing just photos on our phones or, on a computer screen. It's extra magical to be able to like fill your home with beautiful artwork of your memories and stuff. And so I love the holiday apps for that reason. And also in general, I think the sales automation apps can go far beyond just doing a sale for your clients, like with the abandoned cart discount, the anniversary gift one. They're just really great ways to be in constant communication with your clients and to keep that communication channel open. And even if my clients don't buy something from me, I'm still giving them an excuse to view their photos in the gallery, and they're reminded that, I as a photographer exist. So they're more likely to, book a future photo session with me. And plus, in general, clients are just super appreciative of, receiving emails like this, even though, for a lot of us, it's like, I don't necessarily want to be a salesy photographer, but from the client's perspective, we're giving them this reminder that, they can buy this really cool gift for their friends and family. So we'll go ahead and we'll go into the classic holiday sale. I know I
just have to.
Yeah, go for it.
I can agree with you. I couldn't agree with you more about, the gifts and like thinking, not being salesy on one hand. Obviously, a lot of us photographers are not salesmen because we came from art, right? But then on the other hand, like all these people, like their families, they need to buy something during this time. They will probably spend a lot of money on tons of stuff that they maybe even less need that those prints or more tangible gifts that we can offer them. So like, I think like thinking from this perspective also will just help you with the process. And if you're afraid of, like spamming maybe all of your clients, maybe try like 2-3 galleries this year. You're going to see how successful it is. And then the next year you can just go all in. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay,
cool.
Lauren, go ahead.
Yeah. And I totally agree too. like clients they're looking to buy things for the holidays. Like I'm looking to buy things for the holidays. So getting the emails from, a photographer reminding me to like purchase like my wedding photos or something, like that's an amazing thing that I can do for my clients too. So we'll go ahead and we'll go into the sale app itself, and I'll give you guys the quick version of how to set it up super quickly if you don't have time or if you want to leave class early as well. And again, like I mentioned before, one of the other things I really appreciate about the sales apps is that they're all pre-made and ready to go for us. And the Classic Holiday Sale especially is, our biggest app of the year. So we spend a lot of time making sure it like looks really beautiful and all the emails are written out, beautifully. And also the app is based on, past year's data as well. So in terms of, when the emails are sent to your clients and things like that, those are the most successful times for you as a photographer to make a sale as well. So I highly recommend just leaving like all of the default settings of the sale app and, not worrying about customizing it or anything, because if you want to have, the most successful sale, these are, the recommended settings that we want you to do. So you can, of course, go in and customize things if you want, but that's when, inevitably there's more room for error, right? You might accidentally put in the wrong, date or something, or you might mistype the coupon code or something like that. So from that perspective as well, I suggest, just leaving it at the defaults. But if you wanted to do something like, like an easy Black Friday campaign with less emails, maybe I don't want to do my holiday campaign. I can just toggle it off, and I may, toggle off the teaser for the Black Friday campaign and just leave, one little section of the sale. I can do that for my clients as well if I don't want to, bother them with a bunch of emails necessarily. But again, I do suggest leaving all of the emails because your clients are getting a lot of emails this time of year. And so, it's more likely that your clients will see even one of these emails as well. So, but again, before I jump into the quick version, I'll show you what the app actually does. So the Classic Holiday Sale is kind of broken down into 3 different phases. You've got the teaser for your Black Friday phase, you've got your Black Friday phase itself, and then the holiday phase of the app. And basically what all the sales apps do is, you can give your client the discount that they can spend in the shop, and then it will present the client with that discount via banners that they'll see in the gallery and via emails that they receive as well. So for our Black Friday, we've got the teaser email that your clients will receive, and then they'll receive the actual, Black Friday email when the sale actually begins. And then let's see if I can still access it here. I've got my top navigation blocking it. And then we've got the actual gallery itself for that Black Friday phase where it shows, the banners and all of that stuff. And similarly, your clients will get an email for the holiday phase, and then they'll see the holiday banners displayed in the gallery too. So that's basically what the app itself will do. So for the quick version, if you don't have time to set everything up, and you don't need to set anything up anyways, there's just a couple things you need to double check in the app itself. So the first thing you'll just want to check is your campaign language, if you want to select a different language for your clients at all. And then you can really quickly select a design template. And the design templates, cover all of the emails and the banners and whatnot. So you can really quickly, select your favorite cohesive design. If you select one of the other languages, you'll just want to select one of these other languages design templates as well to make sure it all works correctly together. And then the only things you really need to check are the discounts for the Black Friday phase and the holiday phase, and then the emails themselves. So you'll want to make sure, the discount amount itself will work with your store pricing. And then also if you have, again, any custom products, any product packages, any digital products like photo downloads, or if you offer any products via other sales apps, again, like a digital gift card or something like that, and you want to include those products in the discount as well, then you'll want to, I'll exit out of here, but you'll want to click on the discount itself. And then either you can click this select products button to, enable your specific products that you want, or you can just uncheck this limit to specific products option so that the discount will apply to your entire store, basically. And then same thing for the holiday phase, you'll just want to set that up for the discount code as well. And then you'll just want to check the emails themselves. Again, the emails will by default display certain products in the email. So if you don't offer these product types, you can just really quickly change the design layout to the standard layout, and then there's no photos displayed in the emails. And you'll just want to check that for all the emails as well. But that's all, like the only things you'll need to check in the app itself. So all we need to do is click save to save the app, and then click on the app itself. We'll click assign to galleries, and all we need to do is select our galleries. So I can select them all, click apply, and then click apply to add the app. And on, November 14th, I think is when the teaser phase goes out. So on November 14th, that's when, the email will send out to my clients. And then once the actual Black Friday sale begins, then they'll be able to use the discount in their shop. So that's the quick version of setting up the classic holiday sale app. And it's pretty easy and straightforward. And again, that's kind of how it is for all of the sales apps. They're all pre-made and ready to go. So you don't really need to customize anything about them. And they'll work for you in the background of all of your galleries as well.
That is more than perfect. So wait, let me just make it like super. Let's say I'm a photographer and I haven't touched my price lists like since last year, and now I want to do the holiday sales. So you recommend first starting like a new price list, maybe, so I don't have to like deal with anything. I want to like to make it as simple as I can. What would be your recommendation? Like starting a new price list with like the profits, the premium packaging margins?
Well, I suppose it kind of depends on who you are as a photographer. Creating a new price list is also super easy to do and will take you like 2 minutes. When you create a new price list, you just select your preferred printers and then you choose your pricing preset, and then it's good to go right away. So I would definitely recommend doing that. You can also just duplicate your existing price list as well if you want to work off of something you already have too. But yeah,
So
you just
like,
need to check
like
your time.
let's say the products that I've already set up like last year, I can just now duplicate, set a new pricing structure for this price list just for holidays. That's just going to work with this holiday sales with like one click, right?
Yep, exactly. And
Beautiful.
also, we didn't mention it in the beginning, but if you guys ever have any questions about the classic holiday sale app or the things that we suggest you set up and stuff, you can always access it on our knowledge base as well. So if you come back here to the main photographer dashboard, you can click on this little question mark icon. And then if you just search classic, if I can spell right today, if you just search classic holiday sale, you can pull up the main article, and this one will have all of our additional articles, our frequently asked questions. It also has, the things you'll want to check when you set up your app and stuff. And then it also has a video as well. But we'll also have a replay of this webinar too, so you'll be able to watch that as well.
That's perfect. And I think it's also worth mentioning that the way that this sales automation is designed is based on like tons of data from the previous years, how the users, meaning the clients and their families and their friends, are actually acting, how they, what is their buying, let's say ways of buying stuff, like hours that they receive emails, which one is the best. So this is like the most perfect way to run your campaign. That's why there's like a very strong recommendation from us, from Pic-Time, that like the way it is set up, it's like the most chances that you're going to get successful. And they're like,
Exactly.
I've seen like some good stats from you, Lauren, about how successful people were like last year.
Yeah, let me see. So we also have a knowledge base article on why you should use the holiday apps. And for the stats, for 2021, 71% of photographers who use the holiday campaigns made at least one sale. And then and then also photographers who ran those holiday campaigns had a 93% higher order average than people who didn't use, a sale. So not only if you like use the classic holiday sale, not only are you more likely to make a sale, but you're also more likely to make a much larger and more profitable sale than if you don't use a discount. And it makes sense too, because like discounts are fun to use. And so people are buying like lots more things with a discount too.
Yeah. And wait, I'm just going to let know our attendees. So if you're typing in a chat, make sure you change that you're typing to everyone so everyone can see your message. Because if you're just typing to host and panelists, it's just me and Lauren. I'm going to try to read some of these questions, obviously, but then you don't get to have discussion between you guys. So that's why I do recommend to just type it to everyone so we can have like a discussion. There's like a bunch of questions here. Do you want me to read some of them and then we're going to do the detailed walkthrough, or we start the detailed walkthrough and as you go?
Sure. Yeah, let's read some questions now and then we'll go through the main walkthrough. Yeah.
Okay, there's a question about the translations. So if you choose like a specific language, how can you check the translations?
Oh, that's a good question. And I'm actually not sure the answer to that.
Is it just checking the emails and banners?
Yes, I believe so. So let me see. Let's see what it looks like. All of the translations were translated by, professionals and people who actually speak the languages. So the actual translations should be correct. Okay, yeah. So it is translated right in the email. So if you click to edit any of the emails, so if you click the pencil icon, you can see the translation itself. And you can still, of course, edit the emails if you want. You can totally change everything about them. But again, I would recommend just keeping it at, the defaults too.
Perfect. There's a question about the expiration date. So if the galleries are expired.
Hi. Hey,
Yeah.
Hello, Jonathan.
Hi. Sorry, quickly
Hi,
jump
Jonathan.
in. Hi, everyone. I thought there's a relevant information here. Hi, everyone. I'm the support manager here. I wasn't planning to talk today, so I don't have my webcam all set up. So don't mind just my face there. But just on the whole translation thing, yes, you can check the banner and the banner and the email for it. It's also worth, like, if you want to really go all out and making it really custom for your clients, one thing that I'll probably recommend translating, because we couldn't do it in our system, is under discount, you see the code is get gifting. You can change that to your local language. That in the description, just very, very important thing is to not change the discount value. Like, yes, that's in English, but basically that's like a magic code thing that our system sees and it replaces with the right value. But yeah, you can change like the off store wide and the get gifting part. That's fine.
Yeah. So again,
that's perfect. Thank you, Jonathan.
Cool. Excellent.
Okay,
I know. I was like, what is that voice?
This is familiar voice. Okay. There was a question about the expiration, like what happens to the expired galleries. Then there was actually a question like, how long do we suggest having galleries on before they expire? But I guess that's very personal.
Yeah. That's a slightly off this topic, but in general, I've seen photographers leave their galleries online for like 6 months or a year or something like that. It kind of depends on the type of photo session you do, I think. But once after your galleries expire in Pic-Time, one of the other things that's nice about most of the sales apps is that when you apply the app, so like the classic holiday sale app, once you apply this app to an expired gallery, it will bring that gallery back online just for the duration of this sale. So even your clients who have like super old galleries that are already expired can still take part in the classic holiday sale and be able to buy products as well.
Perfect. One more question about the pricing is, there's a question like how to price items so not to lose money. And I believe like those templates that you said, can you show it again, how to set the pricing list with the template pricing? So it's just straight making money, not losing money.
Yeah. So for that, again, you can just go to your settings and then go to your store pricing. And you can either duplicate a price list or create a new price list or work from an existing price list. But to make sure you don't lose money on the sales, you can click this markup and presets button and just select one of our pricing presets. And I suggest doing the 200% markup one for this one. That way you still get a fairly decent amount of profit on your orders as well.
But both of these, so like by clicking this, it will change the pricing in your store for this preference that is here. That will make you profit, basically.
Yeah, basically.
Perfect.
But again, if you have any like custom products, product packages, digital downloads, you'll still want to double check the prices of those manually. But yeah.
Perfect.
Cool.
Okay, let me just scroll through the questions. There's quite a lot of them. Maybe I'll start with the one that's just going to be follow up for the expiration. I lost it. Oh, there was an interesting question, actually. Can I make the changes after I have sent the campaign? Like changing the price list to a different lab. I created a Christmas sale on a new price list from your new print lab, One Vision, and my clients got a message that the products can't send to their address.
Yeah, that just is determined by like the shipping location and the address and stuff. So that is sort of a specific situation. But in terms of
how about the changing? Yeah.
In terms of the store pricing, after you assign the app to the gallery, you can still change your store pricing and do whatever you want there. The app itself and the store pricing are sort of separate, so you can change one without needing to adjust the other necessarily. So after you assign your app to a gallery, you can still adjust your store pricing and whatnot. But if you want to adjust things in the app itself, you'll need to unassign the app from the galleries first, make your edits, and then reassign the app back to the gallery. So I would suggest just, making sure it's set up correctly before you assign it.
One more question. What does it mean when you have multiple campaigns active? Do you have to deactivate them, or do they do it automatically when you start this one?
Yeah, so if you have any other automation apps going on at the same time, in general, the Classic Holiday Sale app will still work alongside all of them. By default, your clients can only use, if your clients have 2% off discount codes, by default, they can only use the larger of the 2% on like a single product. So if your client does have 2% off discount codes, they'll still only be able to use one of them. So you don't really need to worry about if you're going to lose money or whatnot. The only app where you may want to be, well, there's a couple. If you use the simple sales system and your client hasn't purchased one of their packages yet, you probably don't want to use this app on that specific client, just because their store isn't open for them yet anyway, so they won't see any of the products yet. But after they purchase one of their packages, then you can use the Classic Holiday Sale app. And then the only other one is the Rolling Publish app. In the early bird phase of that app, that discount is stackable. So if you use that app, you probably don't want to use the Classic Holiday Sale with it. But after that early bird phase in the Rolling Publish app is over with, then you can, still use the Classic Holiday Sale. And then the only other one you may want to think about is that abandoned cart discount as well, just because now there will be a lot of people putting items in their shopping carts, and so you may not want to send an additional discount out to them, or you may want to, if you want to give them like free shipping off their order or something like that. So the abandoned cart one is, an app that you may or may not want to use. So, but other than that, all of the other sales apps should be totally fine.
Perfect. Can you give us the detailed walkthrough now, like just to see again how the Classic Holiday Sale go? And so if you guys have a question regarding like any parts that we are now, I'm gonna be trying to ask Lauren while she's changing stuff in a campaign.
Perfect. So yeah, I'll go through all of the steps of this sales app so you know exactly what it's doing. And also, once you understand all of the steps of this one, you can pretty much understand all of the other sales apps as well if you aren't used to them or haven't looked at them yet before. So we'll just go through all of the steps here. So the very first one is your recipients for the campaign. And this is based on user type. So in Pic-Time, we have these 4 different types of users. If you're a wedding photographer, you might invite your vendors, to your galleries under the photographer invited section. So if you're a wedding photographer, you might want to uncheck this option. But in general, we want to send the sale to as many people as possible. And, who knows, a vendor may want to buy like a big, beautiful frame of their venue or like a creative photo you photographed in their venue or something. So I wouldn't necessarily rule out any vendors, but then our next step, again, is the campaign language, and then we can choose our design template for the Black Friday phase. And then we've got our teaser for the Black Friday campaign and the Black Friday campaign, and then our holiday campaign. And again, if you wanted to, you can always toggle off the certain different phases of the app. So, again, maybe I don't want to do a big, huge Black Friday sale, but I want to do something a little bit smaller. I can turn off the teaser. I can turn off my holiday campaign. I can even come in and remove any emails if I don't want to send out a certain email as well. And I can really quickly do that. But again, I suggest leaving all of the emails. I think you'll have a much more successful sale anyways. But for the teaser for the Black Friday campaign, you first got the teaser send date. And this is when the email will send out to your clients telling them that the sale is on their way. And hopefully they'll start, preparing those products and getting excited for the sale. And hopefully they're not buying.
Or getting excited.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
not spending the money elsewhere, knowing
right.
Oh my God, I can buy prints soon.
Yeah, you're like, oh man, I bought my mom a candle. I could have gotten her a beautiful photo frame instead. So yeah. And then the next phase is the Black Friday phase itself. So we've got the campaign start date, and this is when the announcement email will send out to your clients, and it's of course when they'll be able to use the discount. Again, I suggest leaving all of these at the defaults. They're the best times to send it out anyways. And then we've got the discount code itself. And then the emails, again, we can go in and customize them if we want to. One thing that I do really appreciate about these photos is that as your client is scrolling through the gallery and marking photos as favorites and spending more times looking at certain images, those favorited photos are more likely to appear on these product images in the emails. So I really appreciate it as a photographer because my clients are already seeing their most favorite photos in those physical products. And hopefully it will encourage them to, actually purchase the product for real. So I would definitely recommend, changing, if you offer other products, you can select any of the products you want and use those in the emails too. But again, if you don't have time, you can just really quickly change the design layout. And then similarly, you can go in and customize all of the other emails too. And same thing with the banners. You can go in and change everything about them if you really want to. But then we've got the holiday phase itself. And again, you can set a design template for the holiday phase. There's a bunch of fun ones. This year we've got new gifts for the design templates, which I think are really, really fun and beautiful. So I'll probably be using that one with my clients. And then we've got the campaign start and our campaign duration. And basically, again, this is when the discount code will become active for your clients. It corresponds with, when the email is sent out, and they'll, of course, be able to use their discount code. So with this setup, the sale will begin on December 5th, and it will last for 7 days with our campaign duration.
And Lauren, there's a question. If you're changing the photos in the email, so let's say you're using the personalization in the emails, how does the cropping work? So it makes sure it crops out correctly images in the products.
That's a good question. It will it's a center focus, I'm pretty sure. But it will select either like the horizontal or the vertical like images. So it will still like like display like the proper like orientation of the photo at least. But it is just like a center focus. So if you have like a super weird crop on your photo or something, it may look a little funny, but yeah, in general, it should look pretty good, I think.
I think in general, the photos that people are liking in the galleries are like the simplest ones that are in the center too.
And also
Something about it.
Yeah. And well, this is slightly off topic, but also if you're the photographer and you scroll through the gallery and mark photos as favorites, your favorited images are more likely to appear across all users' photos in the emails and whatnot. So if you scroll through the gallery beforehand and mark photos as favorites, then you can kind of play with what photos are displayed in the emails too. And I do that anyways, just because then I can have my own favorites list and access it later on too, and things like that.
Yeah. There is one question that is just like keep popping. I was waiting for the right moment to ask, but there's like just too many. So maybe we just need to clarify that. It was about which pricing will the automation use?
So it will just depend on the gallery itself. So when you create your gallery, you can assign a price list to that gallery. So, the sales automation will just give the discount based on whatever store price list you have set up. So that's why I suggest going through your store pricing and making sure it's all good to go. And yeah, you can have different price lists for a bunch of different reasons, either like types of photo session or based on the client's location. I have like a friends and family price list that has no markup, so I'm not going to be
you're not running campaigns on these.
Yeah, exactly. So you can have a bunch of different price lists for different reasons. But basically that pricing preset will work with any of the default discounts. So as long as you have at least, that 150% markup, you're pretty good to go.
And speaking of like the holiday section, so since we're here on the holiday part of the campaign, the dating here, can you elaborate a little bit on the dating and how does that work with the deadlines of the labs? Is there a connection here?
Yeah, so you will want to pay attention to your specific printer that you've selected and make sure that if you're worried about products arriving in time for Christmas specifically, if you go to blog.pictime.com, so here, blog.pictime.com, you can access our holiday shipping deadlines. And the last day of the holiday sale, if it starts on December 5th and lasts for 7 days, 6, 7, 8, 9,
it's
10.
12th.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Or 13th. Wait, 13th, maybe.
Yeah. So you'll just want to check this blog post for your specific labs, deadlines. And I think for some of them, like Floricolor, their deadline, is December 8th for these products. So if you're worried about your clients not receiving their products in time for Christmas and your printer has, a deadline before Christmas is over with, you may want to just, disable the holiday campaign. But there's also, New Year's as well. So, clients could be buying, cards for New Year's or calendars for the new year as well. So, and also in the shopping cart at checkout, your clients will see an expected delivery date as well. So they'll know kind of the general timing of when they should receive their products anyways. But yeah, if you're worried about that, then you can just, really quickly toggle off the holiday phase.
How about what happens if there's like you set up this campaign, you assign like a bunch of galleries, and then you created a new gallery because you just shot a new session. Can you add this to this campaign?
Yeah, you can totally add it to, or add this campaign to a new gallery as well. I believe if any of the dates have passed, then the emails just won't be sent. But you can still go in and, customize the app and turn off the teaser phase or, delete any of the emails. So like if it's November 22nd or something, I'll just delete this first email and, delete the announcement email too, and then send it to my clients that way instead.
Robert is asking about like with the pricing list and like the holiday app. So I have to assign all of my clients' galleries to new holiday price list before I run this campaign. And I believe this is correct. So like if you are creating a new price list specifically for this campaign, like you need to go to each gallery and assign this new price list to those galleries. Am I right here?
Yeah, you are, but you don't have to go to every single individual one.
Oh,
if you are creating, you can do it really quickly. So if you go to your store pricing, and if you do create like a specific holiday price list, you can just really quickly click this assign to galleries button. Yep, exactly.
This is what we wanted. Perfect. I hope that answers the question. There's a question about what are the best printers for your specific country. There's a blog post about it, I believe, right?
Yeah, well, we've got a blog post for all of the shipping deadlines. And then if you want to learn more about the specific printers, I mean, all of the printers at Pic-Time are fantastic. But if you want to like look up more information about the printer, you can just click on the product itself and then select this product info button, and it will tell you like all of the printer informations for all of the products.
And here on the top left, you can see where these products can be shipped from, right? So if you would choose like a more regular product that like has more options, here top left is like show labs shipping to.
Yeah. So you can select even like your specific country.
But there's a blog post about which countries have which labs, right?
Yes. Yeah. We've got a knowledge base article. If you look up where print labs ship to, you'll be able to pull up where to print labs ship to, and then you can just select this link right here, and it will access all of the shipping locations.
All the shipping locations and the locations of these.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yep. And it also says this on that product info button as well. So it's just in two different places.
So Lauren, if you would like have some tips for our photographers, how to make it successful, is there anything you could suggest?
Well, I would definitely,
I mean, even like work, like, any work you can do that you've seen successful before, maybe outside of doing something outside of Pic-Time.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely suggest like sharing it on social media and letting all of your clients know there as well that there's a holiday sale too. I believe we're coming out with different little like graphics that people can use as well. That may let me see if it's maybe I shouldn't be looking this up right here, but I believe we do have. Yeah, let's see. I don't know if it's out yet, but we are going to be.
It's going to be in 1-2 days.
Yeah, it's coming out soon, but we'll have like graphics that people can share on social media if they want to. But you can always just like screenshot the products in your Pic-Time account. Like that's what I do. And I also throughout the year I will get certain products as well, so you can always like showcase the products on your Instagram and stuff.
That's that for sure.
Like.
Yeah.
And then
the one time I sold calendars through my store was when I ordered myself a calendar and posted this on my Instagram. I was like, oh, this is my Pic-Time store, and a bunch of people just bought it. So this is proven to be successful. If you can, like, if you maybe have ordered any of prints or any products before from Pic-Time, or maybe whatever you are offering, maybe you want to like create like some winter-ish, holiday-ish scenery in your studio, take a few shots of your products, post it on social media, and just inform your client, just to push a little bit more information about what's going on with your store in Pic-Time.
Yeah, and also with the calendars, if you want to be like do a little bit of extra work, you can even design the products in the Pic-Time shop and send those design products to your clients. One time I was on chat with a photographer and he was talking about how he designed calendars for his clients, but he didn't give them a discount or anything like that. He just sent off the design, and just the act of designing the calendars for his clients encouraged them to like just go ahead and place their orders, and he got like so many calendar orders. So you can even do something like that.
Yeah. People, they don't have time. If you just put something right in their face being like, hey, this is the calendar I designed with like the best images from your wedding, you can just like purchase it one click. Amazing. And then like if you add discount to this is the little sweet deal around this as well.
And the other thing that I really like about the calendars, and what I tell my clients, is that after the month is over with, they can just cut off the calendar portion, and then they'll have 12 photos, you know, that they can frame in their home and stuff. So it's almost like 2 products in one. So I love the calendars especially. So yeah.
Perfect. Okay. There's a question about the packaging. So if the package comes with like the order from like the Christmas holiday campaign, will get to the client, will they receive a bill inside the package?
So in like 99% of cases, the client will not receive an invoice or anything like that. So they won't know like the production cost or that sort of information. It's only in like very particular like international cases where they might get an invoice or something like that, but you can look it up on our knowledge base. There's information
international, meaning that like lab from somewhere else in the world have to ship somewhere, there's like taxes involved and something like that, and there might be just a document to prove the worth.
Yeah, exactly. Which in general, I don't recommend setting up, you know, your store that way anyways, because then your clients are paying like international shipping fees and stuff. So, you likely will never
use the labs from your country.
Exactly.
Oh, James, I believe we answered the question like with the adding the gallery after you said the campaign. You can do it. It will just like act like right in the middle of the so it will send all the emails that are left to be sent.
Right.
There's a question about ordering products for yourself. Wait, can I order myself products for many different client galleries to test out products?
Yeah, so for that you can just let's see, go to like any gallery basically and just go through the preview gallery, and then you'll still be logged into your photographer account, and your shopping cart and like the client shopping cart is shared across all galleries that they have access to. So you can buy products from multiple different galleries and place a single like sample order if you want.
And you have a photographer discount, meaning you're buying at cost, obviously.
Yeah, exactly. So it'll take off your own profit margin, so you're not making a profit on yourself.
That is perfect. Okay, guys, I think we have like 5-10 minutes left until just like full hour. So we're here for you if you have any more questions. I'm just going to read through up if I missed something. Do you offer social media images? So that is coming. The social media images with like the beautiful imagery with the products that you can just download, use, maybe add some text to it, like just expect it. It probably will get an email from Pic-Time. It's going to be the blog post with the holiday tips.
Also, I thought of another great suggestion. You could also use the slideshows to advertise the holiday sales too. Because with like the Pic-Time slideshows, I mean, it's really fast to create a slideshow in general. And then you can create like a social media version of your slideshow to like promote your sale on Instagram too, or like TikTok or whatever. So that is another great option if you want to do like some quick, exciting advertising and get your clients excited about that too.
That's perfect. There's a question from Mariam. Does it make sense to show our Pic-Time shop on our website? I think it's also like a personal choice. What do you want to show on your website? You can obviously show the products that you're offering through the Pic-Time store, being like, hey, all of my clients have access to this beautiful store that includes products like this, and that. So like that will never hurt you for sure, like showing something like this on your website. But yeah, I do think at the end of the day, it's a personal choice. I don't know if you have any experience with this, Lauren.
I personally show the products on my website again, because like I'm always teaching my clients on how important it is to print out their work. So like from the initial moment they meet me, I'm like talking about the products and like showing them how beautiful they are and stuff. So I would definitely recommend it. You could also even just have like a sample gallery too. You also don't have, I mean, yeah, it's totally just a personal preference at the end of the day if you want to show the products or not, but I'm always telling my clients about the products.
Perfect. Wait, I'm just reading through the questions. How do I make sure that app is using the holiday sale pricing? Can you show how to see which pricing is specific gallery using? Maybe that's going to be the easiest if you just go to the gallery just to
so if you want
what
to
it
check,
is.
there's actually two different ways you can check it. If you go to the specific gallery and then just go to your gallery setup tab, you can see which price list that gallery has set. You can also really quickly go to your settings and then again to your store pricing and click this assign to galleries button. On this filter section over here, you can filter through specific price lists. So you can see like all of your galleries that have the default price list applied to it, for example. Or I can see which ones have like the portraits price list applied to it. So you can also use that to, see what's going on.
There's a question about so Pascal says price list for clients from USA or Canada. I have two price lists that I use depending on where my clients are. For the holiday campaign, how do I control which price list each gallery would operate out to adjust the correct markup specifically for the holiday promo? So I believe like this is like what we were saying before. So the holiday promo will just apply to the pricing that is on that specific galleries. So just make sure that both of these price lists, so for USA and for Canada, are both operating on at least 150% markup, just to cover the suggested and the default settings with the discounts. Is that correct?
Yeah. I mean, if you wanted
answering this question.
Yeah, that's what I would suggest, because that's just the simplest. If you wanted to, you could create two different versions of the classic holiday sale app and then have different discount types for your different price lists. But then you're dealing with like two of the same thing and you could get, confused or something like that. So in general, I wouldn't recommend it, but.
Like obviously, like some of you that are very probably like well operating within the Pic-Time world, I can do stuff like that, like different price lists, different discounts and so on. But if you're like new to Pic-Time, or if you just like want to sell something and haven't been really diving deep into those settings, like one price list and one default settings is what we recommend all the emails set as they are set by default. All right, so so does it mean that we have to manually add the holiday price list to every gallery before sending the holiday campaign? Again, yes, if you want to have like specific price lists for holidays, you have to assign this price list to the galleries.
And again, you don't have to have a separate holiday price list at all. This is just if you're like too busy to check your own pricing. So I'm not going to have a separate holiday price list. I'm just going to go through and, make sure all of my regular store pricing is all good to go for the discount. Creating a new holiday price list is mostly if you just don't have time to go through all of your store pricing.
Perfect. Okay. I think this is like we're coming to an end with this. So wait, can we stop sharing the screen? How does that work?
Oh yes, I can do that.
Perfect. You can do that. Okay. So thanks so much, everyone, for attending this webinar. We do wish you like successful campaigns this year. So like if you're afraid of it, at least just run the classic like holiday for just maybe some of the galleries, like by default. It's designed to work.
And again, like your clients are wanting to buy products anyways, and they're like looking to buy. I'm looking to buy things for the holidays. So it's a great reminder for your clients. And I would highly recommend, like, after this call ends, just going into your Pic-Time account and spending the next 5 to 10 minutes sending it, setting it up and sending it off to all your galleries. And then it'll just work in the background for you, and you don't have to worry about it ever again, right? So
correct. Because the teaser for Black Friday starts in 4 days. So you have 4 days.
So you got to get on it now.
The first email, unless you skip the teaser phase, obviously. Right. But yeah, we do recommend going all in, starting with teaser phase. So set up your pricing, check your time zones, assign the prices to the galleries if you want to have a new price list, and just assign the holiday sales app to those galleries. So yeah, again, we wish you successful sales. And thanks so much for joining us, and have a great evening, afternoon, morning, whatever it is in your side of the world. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.